Hello and welcome to Athletic Therapy Now, a podcast for athletic therapists by an athletic therapist. My name is Ashley Burr and I will be your host. Thank you for joining us today. Hi everybody, welcome to Athletic Therapy Now, episode 16, Feeling Your Best in the Menopausal Process. Today we have Kat Friesen and Sarah Hauch. Kat is an athletic therapist and osteopathic manual therapist. She has acquired many other accreditations over the years, including CSCS, treating through pregnancy, and completing a thesis on the impacts of stress and hormone changes on the body. She currently runs her own solo practitioner business, which I believe is Dragonheart Healing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And Sarah Hauch is has a bachelor's in kinesiology and has owned a corporate wellness and personal training business. She opened a healing center in Toronto and Winnipeg and built a business across Canada teaching in 15 different cities. Sarah has been helping women in health for over 25 years. She is also a mom of two. So Sarah, what is was this a wellness center? What is a wellness center?
Well, I mean, if I'm being very honest, it's actually an energy healing center.
Oh, energy healing, sorry.
No, that's fine. So I built it but it got built into a wellness center because we just included, we basically are an incubator spot for all different kinds of practitioners to start their business because I know being an entrepreneur is really hard. So we offer a very low cost space for all different kinds of practitioners to start their businesses.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right. For Kat, can you tell me in one sentence what your favorite thing is about being an athletic therapist?
I get to help people for a living. It's honestly so rewarding. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And Sarah, what's your experience with athletic therapy? What do you like about athletic therapy?
I think with athletic therapy, it's a really tangible, quick result. So it's nice to go into a treatment in a certain condition and come out in a different way. And I also like that athletic therapy leaves you with tools that you can use on your own.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that part of it where we were taught in university that your clients should be leaving with things that they can do themselves versus leaving and being like, okay, doing nothing until I come back next week. So, you guys have created a course on menopause. Can you tell us what motivated you to create this course?
So, the menopause course is the first of what will be essentially a series. The premise of what we wanted to build was helping to educate people on all of these different physiological changes that women go through. And the reality is that a lot of the information that's presented is still based on male physiology. So when you look at a lot of the research when it comes to exercise, when it comes to healing, when it comes to even medications, a lot of it is still based on how men respond to it. And because of that, I just don't feel like we're helping and supporting women as effectively as we could. So, what we wanted to build was just a way of supporting others to be more effective with their female clients. And menopause is something that every woman will go through. And because it's such a huge transitional state that no one really talks about is pretty wild.
Mhm.
So, we just wanted to enter into the space from a very research based and informed and basically supportive lens on how to make the experience better however we can.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah, there's not a lot out there for courses on menopause. I mean, there's your basic like here's what menopause is, and then there's some little fluff around there of like maybe there's things that you can do to help your clients, right? So, love
Right.
to
And I
see
think
that there's
there's also like, here's some information for you, but there's not a lot based on like practitioners and how you can actually
That's right.
help make things better. And I think that is something that's missing in a lot of what's out there right now.
yeah, I
So both you
totally
and myself
agree.
scoured the research for like worldwide research of it's mostly women doing research on women. and taking the latest research and putting it into actual protocols. So people who take our courses not only have hours and hours and hours of training, understanding of every's maybe not the most appropriate word, but as much as we can provide the system changes that happen with menopause so that you have a really solid understand of the whole experience that the woman is going through, because there's what a woman's going through, there's what a woman is aware she's going through, and then what a woman is comfortable sharing with people out loud. And we want to break down all three of those and turn it into one whole thing that everyone's aware of and everyone's comfortable talking about. Yeah. And the most exciting thing I think about what we're doing is that we're not only are we create this course in 2025, we'll actually be running our own research program, because still a lot of the research is done on female animals.
Yes.
And so we're going to run a 6-month program with women in peri and postmenopause to get actual data on the protocols that we have
Put together.
together.
Oh, wow. So you're creating your own research project,
Yes.
research. That's really awesome. Good for you
Yeah.
guys. And is that happening here in Winnipeg?
It will be happening here in Winnipeg. Yes.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to hearing more about that.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid research design. It'll be a lot of work, but I think it's going to change the participants' lives.
Yes.
Not to be dramatic, but along with the education of like what the process is, it's also talking about different lifestyle changes that can be really supportive, and like simple things like adding 10 minutes of our recommendations into your daily life and how much of an impact that'll make.
Yeah.
And even the types of exercises that you're choosing can be a huge game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if anyone's watching this before January 1st, 2025, applications are still open in case your mom or someone you know
Yes.
would like to be involved.
Yes.
Yes. So we want to kind of start with 15 to 20 participants. So if you know someone who is struggling with symptoms of peri and postmenopause and has the discipline and commitment to undergo
6 months.
a 6-month program, then yeah, we're looking to change some lives.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Good for you guys. I have so many questions. I didn't even know you were doing a research program, and you're on here for talking about your course. So we're gonna have to do another one at another time. Otherwise, this episode will just go on forever. So it sounds like the course you've created has all of these different protocols that you're passing on to the registrants that's going to take the course. And in January 2025, you're going to start this research using these protocols. Can you
Correct.
tell us a little bit more about what your course is?
So the basic outline of the course is it starts with a lot of theory. So we do go through like what is actually happening with perimenopause and menopause, the nervous system changes, because that's a huge component that I don't feel like a lot of people fully grasp. The implications of the relationship between cortisol and estrogen, and the system changes that occur because there are estrogen receptors in multiple systems in the body. So the decrease in estrogen, how it's affecting all of those different systems in the body. And then we go through different training principles based on all of those changes, and how we can help with symptom management when it comes to the way that we're treating, the types of homework that we're giving our clients, and time of day of treatments. And we do also go through an example of like what a program can look like.
Yeah.
So whether you wanted to plan something with your clients or if you wanted to pass something on, basically what we want people to get from the course when they leave is we want them to feel comfortable talking about perimenopause and menopause, feel comfortable educating and holding space for their clients who are going through that, as well as how they can adapt their treatments to more effectively help women through those processes, because there are things that as manual therapists that we're able to actually make better for them.
Yes.
Which I think not enough of us actually realize, like the power that we have to help women.
Yes. And well,
Absolutely.
I think it'll be very empowering for women to take the course. I think it will be necessary for men to take the course, because it's something that men therapists will not understand ever in this lifetime, and except for the hands-on experience with the women in their lives. The reality is that if you're treating women, the ability to destigmatize, normalize, and support women in something that is so universal and normal is going to make you as a therapist stand out than the people around you. And people will trust you, and they will keep coming back, and they will probably heal better.
Yes.
And they will refer their friends.
That is correct.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, when they
Honestly,
build that trust in that relationship, right?
or what her hormones are doing, like the trust that you have created with that client is massive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love hearing that, and that sounds like such an all-encompassing course, like everything you need to know to start working with women who are going through menopause, or continue working with women who are going through menopause, because we're all doing it already.
Doing
We
it already.
just
You for sure already have them.
Yeah, there's lots of ways that we can continue to support our female clients.
Absolutely.
And the course is going to be, so there's like, it's for therapists, absolutely. And then you receive accreditations with it, but it is also for anybody. So we do want to put that out there too, that it is for anyone who just wants more education in this stage of life.
That's great. That's great. So why should an athletic therapist take this course? We've kind of said it already, but do you want to lay that out exactly why an AT should take the course?
Sure. So, as you've mentioned, we are already treating so many women that are going through this transitional phase. And what we can do as athletic therapists is not only can we give them way better homework to help them feel better in their bodies, but by creating that conversation with our clients and actually being able to use the principles that we're going to teach in this course, you'll have a better understanding of like the timing of certain treatments, how you should be prioritizing certain types of treatments based on what kind of day that they're having, what time of day the treatments are. And basically, by understanding the physiology better, you have a better shot at understanding their healing times.
Mm-hmm.
So, not only can you do a better treatment, if you space them out effectively, the results will actually be profoundly better.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's the more understanding that you have as a manual therapist, the better you will do.
Yeah.
So even from the research and like putting everything together, the way that I've been treating my female clients going through it has changed. And I've gotten a lot of very emotional reactions from those clients just from the validation of their experience. And because as athletic therapists, sometimes we see people in very vulnerable places, because pain will do that and discomfort will do that, and the confusion that a lot of women go through this process. And if we're able to effectively hold space and give them effective treatment, like you can make a really huge impact for those clients.
Mm-hmm.
My husband just ninja crawled in the room to bring me a beer.
I was like, do you have a pet or something?
I thought it was a crocodile. It looked way too big to be a cat.
Very sneaky.
He's like on the floor and
Just army crawling with the beer.
Yeah. I got him a advent calendar of beer
Oh,
from um I guess where is this from? I have no idea. Anyways, I got him an advent calendar of beer. And I guess it's one that either he's not a huge fan of or
we thought you would like.
Yeah, or he's a super fan of.
he's
Or
a
that.
super fan of and wanted to share. So I don't know. We'll see. Um I apologize. You were
I
I
think
was
we were done.
distracted.
I
Answer
think we were
anyways.
done.
Okay. So that is why an AT should take the course is just all of the how we can improve the homework that we're taking, the timing that we're working with our clients, the type of exercises we're giving them, understanding the healing times, and learning how to educate and hold space.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, and
yeah.
I am not an athletic therapist, but I am a practitioner. And I know that in athletic therapy, I'm assuming that being a very good listener is very important. And being a listener to what's being said, not being said, what they might not think is important, and being able to ask really good questions. When it comes to treating the menopausal process as an exercise physiologist, not an athletic therapist, is this is just where more is not more. And listening to the lifestyle of the client is extremely important in knowing how to treat right, because if you are pushing a woman who's in a perimenopause or postmenopausal state, you're going to get likely opposite results of what you want. So I think that that our course is also going to help give the practitioners a new language of what to listen for and become more sensitive to what I think just what women go through on a daily basis that we take for granted that actually has a really big impact on our health. What Kat has taught me, which you probably know actually, and everyone listening, but I didn't, was that the human body was never designed for chronic stress, and that we just when the nervous system vibrates at about 70%, we're just vibrating in chronic inflammation. That cortisol is just too elevated. And Kat taught me that the only way for this nervous system to go to zero to regulate is to go to 100. And so what's funny thing is women are working too hard, but not hard enough. And so the course is going to, I think, change not only how practitioners view their clients, but I just think how women treat themselves holistically. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, and I started working with women and I stopped working with women. I've obviously always had female clients, right? But as Kat knows, I got into women's health probably about, I don't know, 7 years ago, and started learning more and more about just women's health and lifestyle changes, and getting a little bit into menopause as well, but not this deep dive that you guys are going into. And I mean, I feel like I can talk with clients for almost an entire session about menopause and some of the things that they can do about menopause. But this sounds like it's so much more detailed. And I love that because it allows for us to work with clients that even, there might be a small amount where it's like, yes, these 5 things are what you can do with these clients, but how come that's not working with everybody? And
Mhm.
then when you get this all-encompassing information about the nervous system and the hormone changes and how that's affecting their healing timelines, you're going to go from only being able to work with that small population that you currently do to being able to adapt and change your programs for every single female client that's going through menopause, is what it sounds like to me.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. All right. Can you tell us what's one thing that athletic therapists can start doing today to help their clients with their menopause concerns?
Um, a simple one, if possible, could be as little as changing the temperature in your clinic if you know that you have a client who's prone to hot flashes. It can be as simple as starting the session with just a breathing exercise just to get them more grounded and in their bodies, especially if they're a chronic stress client, which a lot of your clients in their 40s are still going to be because they're still working hard. And the reality is that stress will exacerbate every symptom that they're feeling. So even just doing like 3 deep breaths with them to start the session for them to actually be present, not only in the space, but in their bodies, will also give you the feedback systems that you need as a therapist to do your job more effectively.
Fantastic. That's great. That's three things that you can give to your clients. I love
Yeah.
that. And can you tell us a little bit more about when the course is happening, the first course that you're going to be running in Winnipeg, Manitoba,
Mhm.
and how people can register and how they can find out more about you? I give you three things to answer there.
Yes, you did. So the first course will be Sunday, February.
Oh my God,
Ninth,
she's looking at me. So I'm a mom of 2 young kids. I don't know my own name. Don't look at me.
Sunday,
No.
February 9th.
Nice.
February 9th, 2025. It is like a 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. situation. So we have a lot to cover, obviously.
Mhm, mhm.
And for more information, Sarah and I are in the midst of launching the website with more information. It will, at the latest, be launched beginning of January.
Mhm.
And if they need any further information, they can send me an email, which I know that I've shared with you. But it is catf@mts.net. And
And that's cat with a K.
with a K, just like my name. Yeah, super simple.
We shouldn't schedule podcasts at nighttime.
We've both had full days, all of us have full days. It's good. We're good.
Good,
It's
good.
fine.
Awesome. And if somebody would like to register for the course before the website opens in January, they can register by reaching out to your website, KATF at mts.net.
Correct.
Yeah, and I'd say like we'll send you a whole pamphlet of like look at the course. Here's everything you're gonna learn. And then if they're still into it, then yes, they can definitely register.
Sounds great. I'm going to go through a quick recap of everything we chatted about today, and then you can let me know if I missed anything. So, you guys both decided to create this course because, well, first of all, this is the first of a series of courses on physiological changes that women go through. So all those life cycle changes, because a lot of the studies that are available a lot of the physiological studies are done on men, um, and and the idea of the course is so that practitioners can be more effective when they're working with their female clients. And we know that every female is going to go through menopause. And so we all already work with these clients, and why not learn more about it so we can be more effective with these clients? And then you wanted to ensure that through the course, you'll have a more solid understanding of what females and women are going through, and all of that underlying nervous system and hormonal information that will help us be able to figure out all of the different things we are already doing with our clients and how we can adjust that to individualize the treatments for our clients, for our female clients, which kind of led us into talking about this research program that you guys have created, which I had no idea, and I'm so excited to hear about. And so the research program is just you're using the program that you are teaching in your course,
Correct.
and it is a 6-month research program for women who are in menopause and perimenopause. And if so, for shout out if anybody has clients or friends or family members, or they themselves are going through these stages, they can email Kat,
Yes.
and the way to get a hold of you will be listed in the show notes as well.
Mhm.
And so I'm really looking forward to hearing more about that. That in order to get on that, that closes January 1st. So if you want to join in on the research program, January 1st is when you have to register by. And part of why you guys are doing the research is because most of the research is done on female animals
Yes.
versus female humans. And there is a very big difference between what I'm assuming is a rat
Use a
and
rat. Yes,
I
yes.
would like to say that I'm different from a rat.
You and needles.
And then getting into the course. So the course it's a full day course. It starts with some theory, going through what's happening to the body, what's happening to the nervous system, what's changing in the hormones, what's changing in the system, and then going into those training principles and going over an example of a program with a female client experiencing or going through menopause,
Mhm,
and just teaching therapists how to get comfortable talking about menopause, educating their clients on menopause, and allowing teaching them to hold space so that their clients can share their feelings and share their thoughts and their concerns and their goals. And then again, how to adapt that treatment for each of the clients.
mhm.
And one of your big goals is to destigmatize and normalize menopause, so that it's not just this, oh, it's just going to happen, and I have to deal with all the hot flashes and all of the brain fog and all of this that's happening. It's not something that women have to just live in. There are things that we can do to help these clients.
Mhm.
Um, and then, um, as an AT, this will allow us to give better homework that we can adjust based on time and type and healing times that you learn in the course.
Mhm.
And then one or three things that you can start doing today to help your clients with menopause concerns is, changing the temperature in the clinic so that, if your client's coming in and that they're having hot flashes, you can reduce the temperature of the clinic, and that can help make them more comfortable throughout the appointment. And then having your clients start with breathing exercises, or even including breathing exercises in your program to help to decrease that stress on the nervous system, because we know that stress is going to increase the symptoms that your clients are having um, when they're going through menopause. And then the information on the course is Sunday, February 9th. And if you would like to register, you can reach out to Kat, KATF at mts.net. And in January, there will also be a website launch. But if you reach out to her, she'll put you on a mailing list, and then you can make sure that that way if you're interested in attending the course, then you will hear more about it. Anything I missed?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Was there anything you guys wanted to add that we didn't get a chance to go over?
I don't think so. I'm excited for this course to be launched. Based on this one, we're actually hoping to add two more levels
Mhm.
of deeper understanding when it comes to the nervous system and hormones. So, this is more of a foundational course. So, we look forward to building on what they'll learn in this one and exploring like other transitional stages of women's lives, which will be really great. One of the ones that I know Sarah is most excited for is our C-section recovery course, which is next on the docket.
Mhm.
Fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
excited to
Yeah.
hear more.
Okay, so Kat's just I just Kat is very much underplaying her intelligence here. I like so like anybody who I don't know, like you're not gonna I don't know, I'm just so taken aback by Kat's level of understanding, her intelligence, her ability to put things together. I learned things from her constantly, which helped the women in our lives. And when we ran our beta course, yeah, I was blown away by the amount of information. So people are it's going to be amazing to get the opportunity to train with Kat because she's incredibly good at what she does. And I think that menopause can be this very, very slow slope as opposed to this decline, which it is in the statistical information out there in the interworld. It shows that women they decline very quickly, but it doesn't have to be. And it's frustrating when you hear women say like, "Oh, men can lose weight so fast." I'm like, "Of course, men can lose weight so fast because they're doing protocols for men." But women can have the exact same benefits when you're using research based on women's bodies. And I think for my own personal benefit out of what Kat is doing is that I do believe that the body, the mind, and the spirit are all connected, and that the biggest thing that I would like the women to take away from this, because when I hear women talk about menopause, I hear them say, "I don't feel attractive anymore. I'm scared of losing my my power. I'm scared of losing my authority in the world." And by taking back their physical body and taking back control of how their symptoms and how they feel, then I think it's going to ripple into all different areas of their life. And Kat has truly done an incredible. I'm just a hype man. Like that's what I'm here for. I'm a hype man. I talk a lot. I'm the show person, but like this one is the reason that all this exists. And I think people are going to love it.
Well, I'm excited to hear more about it, and I'm excited to hear about your research. Kat had, like I said, she told me about this in the course that she was on a couple of years ago, the pelvic health course that I teach, about how, she was like, "Well, is there more courses about hormones?" And Jenny and I just kind of were like, "Well, there really isn't." And so at the end of the course, it's a 2-day course. At the end of the course, she comes up, she goes, "I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a course on hormones." So I'm really excited to hear that you've done that.
You did it.
You did it. It's not a small thing.
Oh,
It's a
it's not.
good job.
Thank you for inspiring me.
You're welcome. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll definitely have you guys back next year to hear more about your next courses coming up and about the research project you guys have going on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
You're very welcome.